So good evening to you all. Today is 2nd October 2024, and we are going to start this data analytics with me, which I said that I'm going to be holding this session every Wednesday of the week, inshallah, which if I'm not going to, maybe I will share, I will communicate with people and let them know that maybe I will not be available to, to hold this session. And today is our uh, first session, and it's going to be like an introductory part of what we are going to do, what you are going to learn, and how we're going to do all this. Because this class is going to be 100% practical, and I'm going to be, showing you how to do a lot of things, uh, how to learn a lot of things related to data analytics. So uh, let me just take you through today what we are going to discuss about. So about this session entirely is what we are going to, that's the only outline we are going to discuss today. What are we going to discuss throughout this session? Why this session? And what you need to understand about this. This is just a free uh, live or webinar or session, which, like I said, I'm going to be holding it every week, Wednesday, and we're going to focus more on our data analytics. I'm going to be discussing about it, and I will be bringing out a lot of using a lot of data, analyze the data, showing you how to do a lot of things with the data. So this session is like pre-session. Anyone who has question to ask me related to data analytics, or anyone who want to learn that maybe with me, or to learn some few things, can come here and ask me. But let me say this, please. The session is not absolutely for beginners. So we are not going to start maybe like I'm not going to start teaching you about data analytics. What is data analytics? This, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start picking real data, or just to download a data. We look at the data together, we explore the data, we analyze the data together, we record, we create uh, a report using the data. Yes, you can share the link with anyone. Everybody can join us. It's a free class, like I said, so it's not restricted to only those that registered. Kaduna area command, you can go ahead and do that. So we're not going to discuss about that. If you don't have any experience on it, yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't be here. You can listen, because you can learn a lot. You can see how it works. You can see how we are going to do things. You can see how we are going to clean a data, how we are going to draft a questionnaire for data collection. Maybe the tool we are going to use to create the questionnaire, we are going to do all that. But it will be more of, like I told you, practical aspect. So it will be an interactive session. You will talk, I will talk, we'll analyze this, I will do this, and that's all what it is all about. So if you know you don't have maybe the background or the beginner level experience, please, I highly recommend you can start watching my videos on that. The bootcamp is there. Also, the videos are free, about 300 of them, all related to data analytics. So you can go there, you can watch on my YouTube channel, and you can be up to speed. This will help you to, when you learn that, and will keep moving with you. So that's what this is all about, a brief of that. So another thing that we are going to discuss about today is this: why data analytics? Why did I choose data analytics? There are lots of professions, there are a lot of skills, and I only chose to do this every week. Even though I have two sessions that I'm going to be holding weekly. One is career mentoring in tech, where I'm going to be, responding to questions to people that want to start a career in technology. I will advise them, I will show them what to do, and I will tell them and I guide them what they need to. And also this one for data analytics, I chose data analytics because uh, to me, all the years I spent in technology, after learning a lot of things and different skills, I realized that data analytics is one that is like a versatile profession, a profession that can go anywhere. So it's just like I can say flabbergasted, something that if you learn it, you can walk anywhere, you can do anything, and you can matter to any field. And it's a profession that doesn't that has nothing to do with what you studied, nothing to do with which career you want to explore, which industry you want to work with, which organization you want to work with, or what do you want to become. It has nothing to do with that. It's a profession that belongs to every profession. So that why I chose data analytics. That's my reason. So please, uh, that why we chose it, and that why I want everyone can have skills in data analytics. Even if you're not going to work anywhere, even if you're not going to start anything or any company in that, or you don't want to do any freelancing job, in even your endeavors and your days to days activities, you are free to use data analytics in that, because believe me, you need data analytics. And this data analytics, a lot of people need to understand this, because I'll talk about why does data analytics matter, but you need to understand why I chose data analytics is because whoever you think you are, whatever you think you want to become, the skills, the data analytics skills will be very useful to you, and it will help you. Believe me, one way or the other, whether you know it or not, it will help you, and you can use it uh, anywhere, and you can use it at any time. So apart from being it the new oil that will bring money to you, not even I don't want to even talk about that. The importance of it is kind of unquantifiable. And that's why I love at many people that want to learn data, machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning, whatever you want to learn related to data science. If you don't have background in data analytics, believe me, it will look like you don't even know what you are doing, and it will be very difficult for you to kind of comprehend what you are going to learn. And so these are the reasons why I chose this data analytics. So the next thing we are going to talk, does this data analytics matter? That's one thing that you need to understand. To me, yes, it matters. Why? Because you see, it's a study that has to do with, you know, uh, exploring data, study that has to do with using data to make an informed decisions. So why do we need data? Everything now in this world has to do with data. Everything you are seeing. I explain about to a lot of in my some of my webinars and some of the career in tech. I talk about why data is more important and why people should focus more on making their decisions based on data. You see, data is nothing but information. Let me say this to you. Data is just information. Whenever you hear data, we're talking about information. So if you don't have information, then whatever you are going to do, you are going to do it blindly. That's one thing about info if you don't have information. So anything that you see in this world has to do with information. Maybe I want to go to Kanu, for example, from Zamfara. I want to travel to Kanu. If I don't know the way, I'm the road I'm going to follow. One, you can end up going to the bandits might end up, what can I say, kidnapping you. You can end up following the road that you cannot follow. You can end up following the long journey. You can end up, there are lots of things. You can even continue straight to Kaduna. Maybe you end up in Abuja while you are going to Kano. So if you don't have information on how you are going to, or what roads are you going to follow, if you don't have the data that will take you to Kano, you are just doing whatever you are doing blindly. So this is one thing about the data. So if you are making also a decision, any decision you are going to make, any decision you are going to make, if you don't have information, enough information about that decision is going to be a wrong decision, and you are going to make a mistake, a huge mistake that if assuming you have the information, you will not make that mistake. I gave example that maybe, for example, again, there are 12 people in your house, you want to feed them. If you don't know the number of people that are in the house, you don't know how much you need per month. You don't know what type of food you need to give them. You don't know what they need. You don't know this, you don't know that. There are a lot of things that you don't know, which if you have such information, it will help you a lot to make a very good decision in that. And that's why I used to tell people this is what Nigeria lack, and this is what Nigerians are not doing. All the decision our governments are making, all the decision our politicians are making are just based on sentiments, are based on, what can I say, what they want to do. That's all what they want to do. Because seriously, these people doesn't even have the data of Nigerians. They don't have our information. They don't know what we need. They don't know what we don't need. They don't know what they need to do. They don't even know where we are heading to. They don't even know our population. Let me tell you the truth. Nigerian government doesn't know our population. They don't know how many we are. They don't know our information. They don't know our names. They don't know our data. They don't have our data. So that's the reason why you see all the decisions they are making, everything they are trying to do is bound to be what is bound to be a what a failure. So we need this data analytics matter. We need to start using our data to make decisions. We need to start leveraging data to do a lot of things. We need to start using data for a lot of things. So that's why I chose this, and that's why this matter to everybody. And like I told you, every profession need this. If you are in medicine, they need to use data to make informed decisions. There are all these outbreaks that you are seeing. They use data to know this outbreak. They use data to term even a disease to be called an outbreak, or to call it a pandemic, or to call it anything. So if there is no data for them to know this is happening, or if there is no data for them to make a decision on things in even medical field, whatever decision they are going to make is going to be an error. That's why they are always collecting sample. They collect your sample today, they collect your sample next tomorrow, they collect your sample next week, they collect your sample this, they analyze it, and they give you a result. That's all has to do with what? It has to do with collecting of data and making a decision using the data. If you are in agriculture, if you are in law, if you are in biology, if you are in education, wherever you are, look around you. There are a lot of data that is always speaking to you, which you need to gather, use it, and make a decision on it. And that what we are going to be doing, and that why we chose this, and that why we are going to discuss about this. So, like I used to tell people, I'm not trying to change anybody's profession. Remain where you are. Just look around you. Look around you. You need data. You need to collect data, gather the data, collect the data, analyze the data, and create a decision based on the data. If you have a school, collect the information of the student, collect the information of the teachers, collect the information of the cleaners, collect the information of anybody. Use that data and make a decision. Anything they are doing, ask them, are you using the decision based on what? If they tell you, no, we just think, we just assume, so you don't have the data, you are just making a decision, that decision is going to be a failure. But if you have a data, then your decision is definitely going to be a something close to being right, or being 100% right. So that's why this matters, and we are going to be doing all this. That's why I just put this picture. You see all this percentage, all these numbers that you are seeing in the chart, they are saying something. They are speaking to you. If you understand what these data are telling you, believe me, is something that will help you a lot to do a lot of things. Okay. So, what we will be discussing during this session that I'm going to be holding every Saturday, every Wednesday, sorry, every Wednesday, we are going to be discussing, like I told you, we are going to be discussing 100% practical on one, data gathering and data collection. You are going to learn about this data collection and data gathering. How are you going to collect data? How are you going to gather data? You see, there are a lot of methods of data gathering and data collection. You see all these social media companies that you are seeing, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all these media that you are seeing are all collecting our data. And they are using any means necessary to collect our data. And this data, let me say this to you. When I say gathering data, any piece of information is a data. Don't think only numbers are data. A lot of people think it's only numbers that are data. Any piece of information is a data. Audio, sound, all of these are data. Video, pictures, all of these are data. Numbers, anything that is information, anything is a data. So that's why you see these tech companies are collecting our data by any means necessary. That's why they are using sound, they are using video, they are using pictures, images, they are using text, they are using numbers, they are using a lot of things to gather data and to collect our data. And that way our phones had that mouthpiece. As I'm speaking to you now, I will be talking about data analytics, data analytics. If I just scroll over my Facebook, I can start seeing a lot of adverts related to data analytics. How did they collect that data? How did they gather that data? Because they are using the mouthpiece on your phone to collect the data and do a lot of that. So everything has to do with that. So we'll talk about this data gathering. How are you going to collect that data? There are a lot of methods you can use to capture the data or to collect the data. But we that are not big companies, even Nigerians are not doing that. But yeah, Nigerian government is collecting data through our phone calls. You know that. So when you are talking on phone, they are collecting the data like that. Especially these telecommunication companies is another data that they are collecting through our phone calls. So but other companies are also collecting data like WhatsApp and others to do our chats, the images, the videos that we are sending, the voice note we are sending, and a lot of things. All these are ways of collecting data and data gathering. So we'll talk more on that, and I'll show you how to do that, how to collect data, forms you are going to use to collect data, how to get data, because gathering data sometimes is just for you to go and get data, maybe for you to scrape data from somewhere. There are a lot of websites you can go and get data there. There are a lot of websites you can go and download data from them and a lot of things. So it's part of the thing that we are going to be learning. But take note, uh, all this, like I told you, we are going to learn it practically. Don't expect me to give you any handout or expect me to give you any note. No, we're going to be doing it practically. You're going to see it. If you want to make your own note, go ahead and jot whatever you want to uh, jot. So another thing we are going to discuss about, we are going to talk about this data cleaning. You see, data cleaning is a method that when you collect data, you need to clean that data. You need to remove unnecessary information that you don't need. Because yeah, if I, for example, all this seminar or webinar that we are holding, there are pieces of information that maybe you don't need it. There are some that you need to write. There are some that you don't even need to write. So that's what data cleaning is all about. Because when you want to analyze data, when you want to make a decision on data, you cannot make a decision based on wrong data. If you have wrong data, your decision is definitely going to be wrong, very wrong decision. So you need your data to be clean. You need your data to be, genuine, your data to be original, your data to be current, consistent. You need your data to be very, very quality data. That's what you need because you cannot make a decision based on dirty data. So that's one thing about this. We'll talk about this. You'll see how to do a lot of data cleaning. There are certain data that once it's given to you, you will know that this data, I don't even need it. And this data cannot help me to make a decision. And this data, I cannot use it. And you will understand that all this Nigerian data that we have is not clean data. Believe me, it's not. And maybe I'll give you an example of some of the data that I use. That has to do with this federal government data. If you see the data, you will laugh and you will know that these are the reason why it will be very difficult for us to move forward. because the data is dirty. Why you can't use dirty data and make a decision? So please, we'll talk about this data cleaning more, and you will be seeing how you are going to do that. Then data transformation. This data transformation is you creating a data out of data. We'll talk about that. I will show you how you can create a data out of data, because every data has a data under it. That's what we call metadata. So there is a metadata, is a data about data. So we'll talk about that. You see how one data, one information, one piece of information, we can use it to create a lot of information out of it. So we will be doing that. One day, maybe I'll just bring a data. Data will just have two variables, but out of the two variables, we can transform them into a lot of variables. Together, you are going to see that. So that way, in this data transformation, that's what I want to show you, that every information matter. Every information that you see in this world, it matters. And how I'm going to transform it is different from how you are going to transform it. How I'm seeing the information is different from how you are going to see information. And you see all this fighting that you are seeing, a lot of countries are engaging into fight, into this. It all has to do with data, information. If you have information over someone, then you are rich. That's why this information matters. That's why you need to protect your information. And that's why these people that are developed and these people that are smart, they are using our information and they make money from our information. The only thing we are enjoying is free platform for us to just post our things and for us to do whatever we want to do on on their platform. That's all we are enjoying. Only few of us are monetized. Only few of us are getting just few money from the money they are getting, and they are using our data to make money. But don't worry, this data transformation will open your mind and you will understand why every piece of information matter, and that why you need to protect your information, and we'll be doing that. Then we'll do the data analysis, how we analyze the data. You'll see how we can use the data to exploit the data and to bring a lot of things out of the data. All that is part of what we are going to learn in this session. And data visualization is also part of it, just to create a graphical representation of our data. And I'll talk about data security is part of what we are going to discuss also, because you need to understand that. You need to learn how to protect your information. We need to talk about that. So don't worry, all this you will learn them during all this data analytics session that we'll be holding every Saturday, Wednesday. And we'll talk about data sharing, ways of sharing data. How are you going to share data that you analyze? Is it on social media platform? Are you going to, post it on social media? Are you going to send it via email? Are you going to create a report and share it? How are you going to do all that? We'll be talking about that also. And also the last one, we'll be talking about data reporting, how you are going to write a report. So in writing your report, we are going to answer a lot of questions that analytics is always trying to answer. What happened? Why did it happen? What will happen? And what can we done, or what can be done to change the feature? What are we going to do to change the feature based on the analysis that we have done? So we will be writing reports on this. And one thing about this session, let me tell you this. All this that I have mentioned, data gathering, data cleaning, data reporting, all this, believe me, every week we might be covering all of them in one session. So, like I told you, it's going to be all about data analytics. We are going to bring a data. We are going to talk about the data. We are going to, discuss about the data. We are going to, uh, you know, go deep into data, because we need to learn all the nitty gritty about every data that we're going to discuss in every week. So even if we didn't finish it, maybe in this week, we'll take it as a homework. We'll resume next week, next Wednesday, and we continue from there. That's how we are going to keep doing in our session, because it's going to be interactive session. Everyone need to contribute. Everyone need to say his piece, because one thing about, like I told you, the way I saw a data, the report I'm going to write about data, maybe you can see something that I never saw it in throughout my thinking and throughout my studying on the data. So it's something that I want you to do that, and I want you to exploit the data. Maybe what I'm going to be doing, a data that we are going to work on, I will be sharing the data prior to the week. Maybe if we are going to use the data next week, I'll share the data with all of you, go through the data, understand the data. I'm not asking you to analyze the data. I'm not asking you to do it on your own. No, I want you to study the data first. That's what we are going to maybe discuss about. I will ask you to study the data. Maybe one day we'll say, okay, everybody should go and get any data on himself. So when you bring your data, you bring it here, we open the data, then we discuss about the data. So this is what we are going to be doing. Maybe we'll bring a topic. Maybe I can say computer literacy survey. Then we will discuss about the survey. How are we going to create a questionnaire on the survey? How are we going to collect the data about the survey? How are we going to do that? We can go to the field and collect the data, all of us. We can collect data, come back. Maybe the next two will come back, discuss, exploit the data, analyze the data together, see what we understand about the data, create a report about the data so that everyone will participate and everyone will learn about that. So any data that we discussed and any data that we analyze and any data we create report on it, believe me, from that day you learn from it, and from that day you know how to do that, and you have the experience on doing that. So please, you should be ready, because all these that I mentioned to you, there is every tendency in a week we can cover them and we can discuss them from A to Z. Okay, so the next thing we are going to talk about is that can what can we analyze? So I already said this. We are going to analyze data, and the data we are going to uh, analyze is going to be every data. So don't limit yourself to anything. We can use any data: social data, behavioral data, health data, agricultural data, educational, any data. We can get any data, we will analyze it. And I will be even getting data. I will get data that has to do with maybe Nigeria, live report, real data. We'll get such data and we'll discuss about it. You will see where Nigeria is heading to based on the data. What are we doing wrong based on the data? Because take note, we are not going to use our, our how can I say, we are not going to use our experience or our expectation or our imagination. No, we are going to use the data. We are going to use the data to answer a lot of things. So pack or put aside your imagination, your expectation, whatever you might think of, put it aside. We are going to explore the data. Our decision, our report is going to speak based on the data. If we see 200, we are going to report 200. If we see 100, we are reporting 100. Because one thing I used to tell you, that data analyst doesn't lie. If you're a data analyst, you don't lie. You can't lie, because if you lie about one single figure, it can cause a lot of things. One single figure can cause a lot of things, and it can cause a lot of damages. So data analyst doesn't lie. So whatever you saw is what you report. So that's how it works. So we will strictly follow the data. We will strictly, you know, uh, report what we saw. Okay, so this is all what we are going to do. And you see, am I to you is I will be your friend, of course, because I will guide you through the goal of having this skill, the goal of having this experience, the goal of understanding this. Because seriously, let me tell you this: if you have these data analytics skills, your faculty of reasoning differs from people that doesn't have this skill. The way you are seeing information, the way you are seeing things, the way you can, analyze things, a lot of people cannot do that. So you'll be different person. And like I told you from the beginning, you can work in anywhere, in any sector, and in everywhere you can work. So that's the goal that I want everybody to put at the back of your mind. So I will help you to climb this, uh, this road and to reach your goal. That's what I want you to. These are the steps that I want you to follow, and this is what I want you to achieve at the end of all this. And we'll keep doing this. We'll keep holding this. You'll keep seeing this. Me and my team. I'm not maybe the only one to keep doing this. Maybe there is a week that maybe I can be unavailable. Maybe I will be busy. And one of my team will continue, and some of the people that participated in my bootcamp also can hold it. Like I told you, we can have a data from somebody. I know a lot of people that analyze a lot of data. We can call them, okay, come, explain this data, take us through how you analyze the data, what you understand about the data, tell us a lot about it so that people will understand what you have done and people will learn what you have done. So we'll be using a lot of tools, not Excel, not SQL, not Power BI, not R, not Python. We can use any tool. So every week it depends on what we are going to do, and it depends on what we are going to discuss. So please stay together with us. So this is it, and this is exactly about this session. And next week, like I told you, we are going to start 100% on the practical of this, and inshallah, we'll share the file, the data we are going to work on. I'll share the file with you. I want you to understand, to study the data, read the data, understand the data, so that maybe when we come next week and we're going to clean it, analyze it, report, create a report on it, you have a lot to say because you will see the data and you understand it. That's how it's going to be uh, every day. So if you have any question, please drop your question in the chat. I'll read the question. I'll respond to you. If you don't have any question, we can call it a day. And next week, please, we are going to start working on the practical aspect of this. So every day I'll just open and I'll open data and we'll start. So nothing like I'm not presenting anything. We are just going deep into the data and we are going to start learning from the data. And like I said, those of you that doesn't have any background related to this, I can't say you can't be here. You can be here with us to learn, but I refer you to my bootcamp videos, which are available, and to my data analytics videos, which are also available. Please go there. They are free. I'm not charging you. They are free. If you like, download it, share it with those that cannot download. Go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Watch the videos, and you can be following with what we are doing here. So both of you already that maybe they are at the stage and whatever, then I will be sharing my life experience and my working experience related to this, because that one will help you to have even working experience, even though you never work in some companies, or you never work with some data, or you never work with some organization like that. Me that did that, maybe I will be showing you all how to do that, and you will have experience on that. And believe me, any data we solve here, you are free to practice that data. You are free to put it in your CV. Believe me, you are free. And I used to tell a lot of all of you that I know you did it with from me, and you learned it from you know how to do it. I can do reference to all of you. I can, do that for you. Don't worry, if you need any job, write me as you are a free. I can do that for you. And I can even give certificate to some of you, those that pass my capstone project. Definitely, I'll give certificates to you, and that's how it's going to be. So please get ready and be very, very someone is asking, sorry, I just saw this question. Let me respond to you. Usman Abdullahi, you are just asking that what if someone is not familiar with Power BI and SQL but only Excel? Yeah, don't worry, you will learn. You will learn. I'll take it like at a beginner level, this thing, even though not that deep. I have SQL and Power BI tutorial. You can watch my bootcamp, the 3.0 bootcamp is there. Right from the beginning, how to install SQL, how to install Power BI. I teach that. I teach that. So please, if you want to learn that, go to such videos, watch it. It's not that difficult. It's just for you to watch, learn, and continue from there. Because we are going to be using any tool. So today I can say we are using Excel. Tomorrow I can say SQL. Next tomorrow I can say Power BI. Next tomorrow I can say maybe R. I can say this. So I can use any tool, and anyone that you want, you can go ahead and learn from it. Yeah, someone is asking, he had me, he's talking about R, Python, Power BI, and Co. Can someone understand it without having the software? No, that why I want to, maybe if we use this software, I want you to learn the software. But believe me, the reason why I just mentioned this, it might happen sometime. I can say we are going to use it maybe when we go deep, 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 deep. But as we are beginning now, I'm going to teach you main tools that we are using in Nigeria, please. And I used to tell people it's only Excel and Power BI that in Nigerian context, most of us we are using. Excel is like 90% of what we are using in Nigeria, and Power BI is like 10%. So, but I will be using all this for you to just have an overview of them. Sometimes, even if you just for you to learn and for me to challenge you so that you will go ahead and learn it. It's going to be interactive session. Everybody is going to talk. So we will be holding it every Wednesday, inshallah. Every Wednesday we will be here. Yeah, the video is on my YouTube. Just write Ahmed Amin Ahmed. Go to my playlist. You are going to see all the videos there. All the videos are available there. My bootcamp and other data analytics video. Just line there because here we are going to use the live data and we are going to be working lively. So what you are going to learn is more of the theoretical context and application of the skill. The practical aspect of it. That's what you are going to be learning. How to write a report, how to do a lot of things and that. So it's like advanced session that will, open your brain, open your mind to this. Inshallah, you will learn a lot, I believe, inshallah. And we will also learn from each other as it is going to be interactive. So after saying all this, please see you next week. I think we are done with this and inshallah, we'll meet next week. I'll share this video for those that join us late to watch. Thank you so much and have a wonderful dream and bye-bye to you all.